ready for you.
All right, let's go.
Now live from Sugden Hall, it's ENTV and the Greeks. And here's your host, Nathan Wilson.
Thank you. You could really feel the enthusiasm in the air tonight. What an exciting crowd.
What?
Okay, so on that note, welcome to ENTV and the Greeks. Tonight we have an exciting guest. We have the IFC president, Duran Cameron. But before we bring him out, we're going to catch up on a new segment called Headlines. This new segment, we are reading articles about Florida man or Florida woman, and we have to decide, is it true? So let's begin. A Florida man robs a bank with a spoon. Question, is it true? Actually, it is not true, believe it or not. But I guess Florida is just a little too dull for that kind of stuff. Man was arrested for trespassing because he was trying to take a census of ghosts.
Halloween's over.
Is it true? Believe it or not, it is not true.
What?
Yes, I guess I know who I'm not going to call this Halloween. A Florida man was recently arrested for trying to kill a man with kindness. His machete was named Kindness. Is it true?
That guy sounds.
Yes, the story is actually true. I mean, just look at this picture. This man looks like Mr. Rogers, just oozing all that kind of kindness. Our last and final story for this segment. A Florida man rescues a grandma from a floating ice throne. Is it true?
Well, in Florida we don't have ice, so no.
Even though we may not have ice, and it may seem like an impossible story, it is actually true. I mean, just look at this picture. That poor grandma. And believe it or not, it was only the second most disappointing Game of Thrones ending this year. And that is all of our headlines. We'll be right back with Duran Cameron, so make sure you stay tuned to ENTV and the Greeks.
Ugh, I need to get a textbook. Where do I go to get that?
Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you know where to... Excuse me. Do you know where to get a textbook? I need one by the end of this week.
Go to the bookstore.
Oh, where's the bookstore?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I have to get going to class.
Wait, good luck.
Hey, do you need a ride to the bookstore?
I do.
Hop on in.
Thank you so much. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
It's right through those doors to the left.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Welcome back to ENTV and the Greeks. Thank you, Duran, for coming tonight. Before we begin, would you mind telling us a little about what IFC is and the impact it has on the FGCU community?
Yeah, so IFC is actually the Interfraternity Council. So we have 10 Greek fraternities here on our campus, and that's what makes up the IFC. We focus on things like brotherhood, scholarship, service, and philanthropy. And so throughout all of the 10 organizations, all of those guys try and focus on those main points.
So philanthropies are a huge part of Greek life and Greek culture. The charities range from everything from St. Jude to our local firefighters. So what financial and non-financial impact does IFC have on the Southwest Florida community?
Yeah, so IFC within this last year has raised almost $100,000 going back to philanthropy in the community. IFC, as its own organization, we work at the San Carlos Elementary School. So we do a school drive and a school supply drive, giving back to the students who don't have as much school supplies as their peers, as well as we have Sigma Chi, who just a few weeks ago raised almost $20,000 going towards the Huntsman's Cure Institute, as well as Pike, who works for fallen first responders, and we raised almost $15,000 last year as well.
Wow, that's awesome, and I can't even imagine the impact that has on the kids and other individuals around Southwest Florida. I mean, they're incredibly grateful. We're all very incredibly grateful for what IFC has done. I think the biggest question that our audience wants to know is, as the IFC president, have you ever wore a toga?
Unfortunately, I have worn a toga.
Whoa, okay. So what's the kind of the story behind it?
So actually, it was Halloween, and as you know, Chipotle gives out discounted Chipotle bowls if you wear a costume. So I figured I have to. Being the Greek god that I am as IFC president, I had to make sure that I was full throttle in my toga, and so that was the costume that I had to go with.
I hope, like, when you walked in, you screamed, toga, toga, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't do any other way.
I mean, if you're gonna go out with the toga and you're gonna go full Greek, you have to go full Greek.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no other way. So, the big part of this show, and we really want to know what the IFC president kind of felt like, is what made you go Greek? What was that defining moment for you that says, I want to join Greek life and this is my new home?
Yeah, so when I first got to FGCU, I actually grew up with two older brothers. So those were the guys that I was looking up to and going to for advice all the time. And when I came here, I really had nobody. I started in summer B and didn't really have like a leadership or any role model that I was looking to. And so when fall semester came around, I saw some guys tabling, and they came up to me with this little rush card. And I'm like, I'm not putting myself in this scene at all. And I actually met a guy named Chris Clark, who ended up being my big, and he just introduced me to some of the guys and told me to just go in with a clear mind. Don't pay attention to any of the stereotypes or the stigma that you hear about fraternities, and go and try and gain a real brotherhood. And so that's pretty much exactly what I did. I ended up getting a bid from Pike, and so from then on, it's just me growing as a leader and in my position in my fraternity.
So how long have you actually been in Greek life?
So since freshman year, so that's 3 years.
Wow. I mean, you could probably say that Greek life has been a very important part of your FGCU experience, and I think that's kind of what the show is all about. And we'll be right back after this quick commercial break with our new segment, Did It Really Happen?
Alright, this is what I got. TSA guidelines now prohibit the Amish on airplanes.
That's not right.
That's messed up. Come on, what'd they do?
Bees. I'm a fan of bees.
Yeah.
Killing our
I
bees.
don't get it.
Bees.
It's a question.
Time. Stop buying produce. A really cool hat.
Oh, come on. Come on. Haters gonna hate.
Sperm whales. Sperm whales.
How would you even,
get on the plane?
get in, like...
On top of it.
Oh.
Word.
Smallpox blankets.
Hope everybody got their smallpox vaccines.
Yeah. I take care of myself. Good stuff.
You know vaccines cause autism, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where did you read that?
A Playboy bunny on Twitter.
Are you really?
Playboy Bunny? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No,
Playboy Bunny. I know you meant
I love you.
Fascinated.
Guys, why don't we just ask Milner tomorrow in his literacy?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
That's better to do that.
What's news literacy?
What?
News literacy is the ability to tell news from noise. It is a gen ed credit, which means that you don't have to be majoring in journalism to take it. In news literacy, students can expect to read lots of stories, watch lots of stories, and then deconstruct them, asking themselves, how well did the reporter do? Can I verify this claim? What do I need to know in order to live my life in an informed way? Students meet in a large lecture twice a week, but then once a week they get to meet with a journalist who's in the field, and they get to sort of apply the concepts that they learn in lecture, see it at work in the journalism field, and also make connections in the world of journalism, which could lead to internships and jobs.
Welcome back to ENTV and the Greeks. Tonight, our new segment is Did It Really Happen? Where Duran and I will have to say an outrageous fact about ourselves, and we have to guess, did it really happen? So Duran, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's begin.
All right. So one time, me and 4 of my fraternity brothers decided to recreate the Mean Girls scene where they dance to the Jingle Bell skit, if you may know about that. And we decided to get fully oiled up. We put on Santa shorts, and we did this all to raise money that went back to the fallen heroes first responders, which is our philanthropy.
So, it sounds real, but it's also pretty outrageous. I don't know. See, this is I could see it. So when did you do this? Like, how long ago was it?
This was spring of last semester.
Okay, interesting. Where did you guys perform this?
We performed actually right outside by the Veterans Pavilion.
So it was outside during spring, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're wearing Christmas stuff during spring. So either it's a lie, or you're one of those people that I can't stand with Christmas stuff and spring. Okay. Alright. My last question. This is gonna be a big doozy. Alright. Who saw this? Like, was it only sororities and fraternities who saw it, or was it everybody?
So it was actually open to the full student body, but the main people that were there were guys from my fraternity as well as women from all of the Panhellenic sororities.
Alright, here we go. Duran, all oiled up, in a Santa costume, dancing for fallen heroes. It can't be true. There's no way it can be true. Is it true?
It is.
It's true? What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So Pike actually has our skit that we do every year, and we basically auction. It's a Pike auction, and a few of the guys dance, and then we have people in the audience that will auction us off. So a date or a different event that we want to go to with them, and they basically just pay based off the skit that we put on. And so we thought that it would just be really funny. It's something that a lot of the sorority girls have seen. It's a movie that we all know and love, so we figured why not do it.
Yeah. So, how much did you guys raise?
Fortunately, we only got $200 off that, but I mean, $200 going towards a great cause.
Yes. I mean, that's worth it.
Enough.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what story. Man, this story. Okay, so when I was in DC for a program, I went to the Middle Eastern Embassy, one of kind of collections of embassies, and I was going to meet an ambassador. And before I could shake his hand, I threw up right in front of him.
Who was the ambassador?
I have no idea his name. Actually, I have his name, but I'm not going to pronounce it because it's like...
And what was the color of the shirt that you threw up on?
I didn't throw up at him. I threw up right in front of him, like right on the ground. So I went to shake his hand, and then I went off to the side. Yeah, you gotta get the full demonstration of it.
When was this?
This was my senior year of high school.
Why would you throw it up?
We were on a bus, and we were riding from about Maryland, and we're riding into Maryland, into DC, and the bus goes round and round, and I don't like when the bus goes round and round, and then the bus was going left and right, and then I felt really, really sick, and then one thing led to another, and then I lost my breakfast.
Alright, what is it that you had for breakfast?
I had... Well, I was like, what? Oh my lord, okay, I think I had pastries at that time? Maybe? Question mark? I'm not a big breakfast eater, so not a lot.
Threw up, kind of embarrassing.
It was. And afterwards, I rubbed my hand on my pants leg, and then I shook his hand afterwards.
Alright, full on, that's a lot. No way you would do that.
No, I actually did that. Senior year of high school, it was kind of a program with the State Department, and I was chosen as one of those possibly ambassadors individuals. So continue on with the story, I ended up going to another embassy right after I threw up on that one. It was the Slovenian embassy, and the diplomat was giving a presentation, and I fell asleep in the middle of his presentation. To the point I was actually snoring, and one of my friends actually hit me on my leg and woke me up. Yeah, it was pretty eventful day. Yeah, I mean, it was one of my highlights of my life. Thank you guys for watching ENTV and the Greeks. Thank you, Duran, for coming on. If you like this video, make sure you follow our Instagram and our Facebook to see similar videos, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode.